A big hello to all my fellow cryptocurrency miners. What I'd like to do in this video is share with you a mining calculator called Crypt0 Zone or Crypt0 Zone. This was recommended by Ralph Hardy the other day, so many thanks to you, Ralph. I really do appreciate it. Now, there's a lot of cryptocurrency calculators out there. What to mine, you know, it's probably the most famous one. It's kind of like the de facto calculator. But there's others out there. And this is the one I'm going to show you today. Crypt0 Zone. It's got the mining calculator. It's also got some other things at the top here. My earnings portfolio, crypto exchange calculator, coins, recommended pools. So I like the fact that it's got pools integrated on it. I'll talk about that in a second. As far as the coin list goes, it actually looks a little bit short there, but there's a lot of coins there that aren't listed on what to mine. And that's something to remember, that a lot of these calculators don't list every single coin, especially new coins. Now, if you go down here, this one actually, what to mine actually lists Ravencoin now, but when I was mining it a few weeks ago, it wasn't listed there, so I couldn't use the calculator. So that's something to bear in mind, that what to mine is a very useful resource, but it's not the be all and end all. It doesn't tell you exactly what is the most profitable coin. There's a lot of coins out there that are going under the radar. So if I jump over to the altcoin mining calculator, I'll show you how it works. Now, in what to mine, you can see here, I just click, I've got 24 1060, 610 Ti's. I click calculate, and you can put in your cost and sort by profitability and all that. I'm sure you know how it works by now. And it will show Ethereum at the top there, $22.76. Damn, that's depressing. But if I jump over to this one, I'll put my webcam up a little bit. So if I do the same here, I'll just put in the same 610 Ti's, 24 1060s, and I normally just take away electricity costs just to kind of simplify it, because I know my electricity costs every month, so it's kind of pointless adding this in. This allows you to add in pool fee as well. That's quite interesting. And you've got network average over 3 hours and exchange values. Now, I'll do 3 hours first, but you can change it to 24 hours, and we'll do that in a second. And the other thing to notice here, they've actually got the X16R algorithm there as well. So there's a few algos there that you might not see in other calculators. So here we go. Ferrum coin. So over the last 3 hours, they've got this coin. Now, 3 hours, I don't think it's a very... It can be misleading, because coins can, moon in price for an hour or two, and this would throw out, kind of misleading figures. I've seen this as high as $70, $80 over the last few days. But if I put it to 24 hours, you'll see different coins at the top, $32. So that's kind of like for like now over the last 24 hours. And you can see this is listing a lot of coins that what to mine isn't listing. Now, I think you've got Ethereum Classic down there. I don't even know where Ethereum Classic is here. It should be there somewhere. Oh, there it's there. Ethereum Classic, $20. They've got Ethereum Classic at $29. So, yeah. Which one's right? I don't know. But it's got Ethereum here, number 3. But it's got Acroma. It's got Argo. Now, you can change it over 3 days. You'll get different results. And you can change it to 7 days, and you'll see coins. I think Zellcash was quite high. Yeah, Zellcash was quite high for a week, for a couple of days as well. Now, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to sit here and say use this, don't use what to mine. You really should be using a few of these calculators and using it as a way to determine what coin you should be mining. The reason I quite like Crypt0 Zone is the fact that it's listing a lot of coins that I don't see on what to mine. If you've got NVIDIA cards, you know what I'm talking about. If you've got any graphics cards, you know what I'm talking about. You check on what to mine, but really, it's, Zcash is, the most profitable one day, then it's Zencash, then it's Z Classic, then it's Bitcoin Gold. But really, there's like several coins that are just jumping up and down between what is profitable and what's not profitable, dependent on difficulty, dependent on the price on that day or over the past few days or whatever. But this is telling me a lot of coins that I didn't know about. And if you click on a coin, this is another thing I like. I think that Crypt0 Zone in many ways is kind of like a mixture between what to mine and CoinMarketCap. If you click on Ethereum, it's got some useful information there. It's got the website, it's got the difficulty, and you can put in your hash rate and things like that. That is all good. And if you look at CoinMarketCap, when you look at a coin, it tells you the price, the markets, and it'll tell you like the website, etc. This has got some information that's kind of on CoinMarketCap but not on what to mine. So if you take this coin, for example, a Chroma, I know nothing about it, but I can see here the algorithm is 8 hash, block reward 7, block time 10 seconds, network hash rate, difficulty, and you've got links to the official website, Bitcoin talk announcement. I think that's very useful. It's got a link to an exchange. That tends to link to one exchange, so if there's multiple exchanges, I don't know how they handle that. Maybe let me check that to see if they list it at a few different places. So you can see it's on an exchange and it's, you know, the coin has been sold. Stocks exchange. And underneath there you can see the price. Now that's something that you don't see on what to mine. You're not seeing the historical price. Now this isn't a criticism on what to mine per se, because you can check this on CoinMarketCap, so you just have to have 2 tabs open. But I must admit, it is quite useful having it there underneath, and you can just kind of quickly check how a coin has performed. It saves you having to jump around, and you can calculate the profit there and all that. So I quite like it, and also like the fact here it's got C recommended pools, and it's got pools here, and it lists a few different pools. Now, I don't think this lists every single mining pool out there for a particular coin, but it's a very good starting point, and it will at least point you in the right direction of where to get started. You know, because sometimes, you know, you find a coin like, okay, I'm going to have to find a pool. So if I go down, Solaris. So there's Solaris coin. You can see the historic price, see recommended pools. And look at this one. There's like several pools listed there. And you can see the pool fee at the side as well. This is all useful information if you're a cryptocurrency miner. So I really do like the way this works. So thanks again to Ralph. I do appreciate it. This is going into my repertoire. So here's how I'm going to use this, right? As I said, most people use what to mine, but there are benefits to using these kind of coins. Now, it does depend on what your strategy is. If you want a reliable coin, you want to just put a coin on autopilot and just mine a coin all the time, you might want to just pick what to mine and just pick Zcash or Ethereum or Z Classic or whatever. But what I've noticed in the short time here is that prices change very, very quickly. You know, the coin that is profitable today might not be the coin that's profitable tomorrow. So if you're mining a lot of the coins here, let's not beat around the bush. A lot of these altcoins are what you'd call low coins, or some people would call shit coins. A lot of these coins are very, very new. So you're going to get coins here that are just on an exchange. But you're also going to get coins that aren't even on an exchange yet. If you look down the bottom, there's a couple of coins here that aren't on an exchange. And to me, that's very useful information. So it's got a lot of useful information here as well, as far as what you're going to mine. So, like, for example, you've got the price down here, right? So you can see this is Ethereum Classic is $13, Desires 15 cents. Obviously, you've got the Bitcoin value underneath as well, but just to kind of simplify it, rather than me saying Satoshi value, 6 cents. But you'll see some coins down here, like that one, that's like 0.2 of a cent. And you'll get, like I would get 17,000 of these coins per day. Now, I'm not saying I want to mine this coin called BOAT. I'm not saying that, but you maybe look at this, you maybe look at the website and you okay, that looks horrific. That does look terrible. But my point is that you would maybe look at a coin you get a lot of coins with, and you think, well, if that goes from 0.2 cents to 0.4 cents, all of a sudden that's, you know, a coin that's quite profitable to very profitable just by a jump. So if you're willing to kind of take that risk, you will maybe make a lot of money with these coins. But as I said at the bottom here, you have got coins that aren't even on exchange yet, and that is very, very appealing to me. I mean, you guys have probably, if you've been mining cryptocurrency for a while, you'll know how it works. If you've been mining coins that aren't on exchange yet, less people know about it, so less people are mining it, which means the difficulty is lower, which means you get more blocks, you get more coins. So you can accumulate a lot of coins before it even gets popular. When a coin gets onto an exchange, then it starts getting really popular. The difficulty goes up. And I mean, I saw this in Ravencoin. The first week I was getting like 1,500 coins per day. And then the last few days when I stopped mining it, I was getting like 700 per day, 800 per day. So I was getting half as many coins with the same hardware. And if you can get in early with some of these coins, you can, you know, you might get lucky. You you know, you might not. But getting in early and mining a coin is something that appeals to me. There is a risk involved in that. I mean, a lot of people don't really want to do that. They want to put on Nice Hash or Zerg Pool or Hash Pool or Mining Pool Hub or whatever. They just want to mine. They want to convert it to Bitcoin. Either just keep the Bitcoin or buy coins or just cash out to dollars, euros, pounds, whatever. But I like it appeals to me to try and accumulate a lot of coins of speculative coins. So if you're looking at low end coins and you're hoping to get in there early before everyone else does, this is a very good resource for finding coins. And it's a very good resource in general just to, you know, see what other coins are out there. I mean, as I said, you know, because one of the problems with what to mine is that everyone uses it. So if, for example, I decided to mine Ethereum today, tomorrow it might not be the most profitable coin because everyone jumped over there to mine that, and then all of a sudden Zencash is the most profitable coin, and then everyone jumps over to mine Zencash, and then that's not the most profitable coin, then Zcash is. And, you know, everyone's kind of following the same advice. And if you can just, you know, when everyone's going left, if you go right and you follow a different calculator and try a different coin, yeah, it might be a little bit more risky. There's never a guarantee with price, etc. But there's a lot of speculative coins here, and I reckon if you can get a lot of these coins, you can make a lot of money. So my advice is, if you want to give this a bash, I'm not saying use this as your Bible for the next 3 months, but plug in either your hash rate for a particular, for a particular algorithm. Like I know I get about 11,800 equihash, but I get roughly, you know, I could put in there, if I put, you know, I know, for example, that's kind of suggesting what my hash rate should be, but that doesn't take into account your cards. So if I put in here, say 11,800, sometimes get a little bit more, but I'll put that in. And this will actually give me a more accurate result because I'm putting in the exact algorithm. So it's going to list equihash algorithms only now because I've not put in NIS5 and all that. And remember, you know, this will have default settings for your graphics cards, but, you know, if you've got, like I've got a kind of low end or a mid-end kind of 1060 card, but my 1080 Ti's are high end, which is why I can get a higher sol rate, but higher hash rate with those. And you can see here, it's telling me there to mine Bitcoin Z. These are all equihash because I've only put in equihash, but you can see a list of all these different equihash coins. And, you know, there's a lot of coins here that you might not have noticed. Like Voltcoin, Snowgem, Hush. Well, Hush has been there a while. Zcash is very new. It's under 3 cents just now. Creative Coin, it's a different algorithm, right enough. So, yeah, very, very impressed with this. Thanks again to Ralph for letting me know about this. But if you're on the lookout for a calculator that's a little bit different from what to mine, telling you about different coins to invest in, I think this is a great resource. I'm really, really happy about finding it. I think this is going to point me in the direction of newer coins, speculative coins, and coins that haven't even hit an exchange yet. You don't get that with what to mine. Generally, all the coins there are on exchanges already and are popular, and a lot of people are mining them. So hopefully I haven't broken the first rule of Crypt0 Zone Fight Club and, you know, talked about it. But I hope you guys find this useful. I think this is a really cool resource. And as I said, you know, if you know your hash rate for an algorithm, you can put it in there. But if you don't, just plug in your graphics cards. It'll give you an approximate. And at the end of the day, that's all you need. You just need an idea of what you'll be getting. It doesn't have to be black and white. At the end of the day, it's just about pointing you in the right direction. So there's a lot of coins there. If I change to 7 days average, it will be different again. But again, bear in mind when you go over 7 days and things like that, you need to check out the price. Maybe that's why it was more profitable for a day or so. So if a coin spiked for a few days, it'll be very profitable. But when you go to mine it now, it might not be. So bear that in mind. And bear in mind as well, with the coins on what to mine, with Z Classic, Zencash, Bitcoin Gold, these coins do go up and down in price like any currency, but they're generally quite established. So you shouldn't see too much volatility. With the newer coins, there's more chance of them spiking up, but there's equally a chance of it spiking down. So if you don't want to take that risk of losing money, if a coin is very profitable for 24 hours, it probably makes sense to mine your coins, get them to an exchange, sell them, and then mine a different coin, get them to an exchange, sell them. I know a lot of people don't want to do that, but that, you know, sometimes all you need is an edge to make a little bit more money out of cryptocurrency. And I think doing that and having that kind of strategy to mine whatever's most profitable on a daily basis or on a couple of days, that might give you the edge that can change your cryptocurrency setup from being quite profitable to very profitable, and it can shorten your break-even point from a year down to several months or whatever. I hope you'll find this resource useful. Excuse me. Thanks again to Ralph Hardy. I will link to what to mine, CoinMarketCap and Crypt0 Zone. Give it a try, guys. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Do your research. Look at the white papers. Look at the website. Look at the historic price. Try a few different pools. Test. Don't just mine something for 7 days, then you find out you're basing it on a price, from weeks ago. Do a lot of testing, check the price, check the news, do your research, and you should be fine. And it is worth pointing out, I never talked about this earlier, that you can actually change it from NVIDIA there to AMD to CPUs, and you can list all of those, and you can kind of remove the ones that you don't want. So is mine listed there? I've got a 6700Q. No, I don't see it listed there. So yeah, it does other cards there. Sorry if I didn't point that out earlier. So thanks for watching, guys. Please let me know what you think about it. Do some tests and let me know what you think. Hopefully you will find some interesting coins from it. And I'll speak to you all in the next one. Take care.